In this video, we will learn some of the basics of color theory and mixing using color pencils. The Humble Color Pencil is a wonderful tool, and once you master the core techniques, you can create very detailed art pieces. An artist who uses color pencils is Iris Legendre. Her portraits often use analogous color schemes and soft details to create sensitive portraits. Some of the techniques you will cover in this video are layering, when you overlap materials to either create new colors or textures, and gradients, when you have a gradual change in color or tone. To start, select the primary colors. The primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. These colors cannot be mixed using any other pigments. However, it is interesting to know that light mixes differently, so that when you create digital work this may not be the same. After you choose your primary colors, add these to the color wheel. These colors will be equally spaced. To create a smooth texture, I like to outline the shape lightly and then gradually use an even pressure to create a smooth effect. Do not smudge with color pencils, as they do not work the same way as graphite pencils. After you have completed the primary colors, you will move on to creating the secondary colors. These are made by mixing two primary colors together. You can practice this mixing by creating a gradient with two different primary colors to see which secondary color they will create. The purple color made by mixing red and blue may not look like the purple you expect to see, as usually red and blue pencils are quite dark in tone. After you identify the secondary colors, add these to your sheet below the primary colors. Your secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. Add these to your color wheel. The placement of the secondary colors is important. They are equally spaced in between the primary colors that create them. This will be important later on when you develop color schemes. After the secondary colors, you will create tertiary colors. These are created by mixing a primary and a secondary color together. For example, blue-purple is a tertiary color. Make these by layering the required primary and secondary color together. To challenge yourself, try to create these with a bit of a gradient so that it looks like the colors are blending into each other. Here is the completed task. You can go back through the video and pause each step to complete this on your own. The next step is creating color temperatures. The idea here is to show you the range of color you can achieve with your color pencils. A color temperature should still look like the intended color, with a hint of a warmer or cooler hue. In the first example, I start with red. Color the red bar completely, and then identify the two colors on either side of red on the color wheel. These are orange and purple. Choose which color is warmer and cooler. In general, yellows and reds are warmer and blues and greens are cooler. If you imagine a hot desert landscape, you would probably use reds and oranges, and if you imagined a cold, icy landscape, you would mostly use blues. Use this logic to choose your colors. After you select your colors, add a tiny amount on top of the main hue. It does not show up on the camera very much, but this has created a warmer and cooler tone of red. After you complete the color temperature bar, you can use this to create form using color hues. The aim is to make the sphere shape look three-dimensional. Use a hint of your chosen warm color at the top of the sphere and the cooler color around the base. Try follow the shape of the sphere with your mark making. For the shadow, choose the selected color and the color opposite to it on the color wheel. This is called the complementary color. In the first example, it is red and green. When you overlap complementary colors, you achieve a dark grayish-brown, which can be used in place of black for dark tones. Try this for all of the spheres, and remember that you can create complicated color combinations with a simple color pencil. Here you can see the outcome. You can pause the video here to help complete your work. How can you use your developed color theory skills to individualize the work in your current project? How else could you continue to develop these skills? Here are some examples made by other students. There may be some small errors. However, that is part of the learning process. Each of these outcomes has shown an excellent development of understanding of color theory. I hope you enjoy the lesson and continue to build your skills using color pencils.